Hello students, welcome back. Today I am Anuradha from Art and Progressive School, going to start another topic of the same chapter, and chapter name is biological classification. So in this chapter we are studying about the five kingdom. So out of them we have covered already the Monera kingdom, then Protista, then we have started the kingdom Fungi, right? So here we can say about the classification system, how we have classified, how the Whittaker has classified the five kingdom, and this one is the most acceptable one. Why is it so? Because on the basis of some grounds, like we can say cell level and cellular organization, okay, and the mode of nutrition also. So here we can say, if I will start with the Monera, they are the prokaryotes. It means that they do not have true nucleus. Then comes about the Protista. After the Protista, okay, whether it is a Protista, fungi, plantae, animalia, all are eukaryotes. Okay, then again comes to the Monera, they are having the single cell. So again, if you will come to the Protista, they are the eukaryotes, but still they are the single cellular. Okay, but now fungi onwards, as well as in fungi, the body is multicellular. Okay, so that much we have covered. Now comes to the main point of the fungi. What we have done, that they are having the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. It means that they are deriving its nutrition from the dead and decaying part. Okay, and some of the fungi, they are parasitic in nature. Okay, so now what are the different types of fungi on the basis of different classification system? So for that we are having different types of fungi like parasitic fungi, saprophytic fungi, as well as they can be the symbiotic also. So this classification is based on what mode of nutrition, right? Now if I have to classify more these fungi, we can say that classification system is what, on the basis of different characters. So what are these characters on which, on that basis we are having four different types of fungi. So one by one we will study their characters as well as their reproduction too. Okay, so now comes to the first character. First character is what? Habitat, where you can see these types of fungi. So on this basis we are having Phycomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes and Deuteromycetes. Okay, so whatever the fungi it is written here, it is written on the basis of their reproduction. Okay, so how they are forming the spores and what type of spore they are forming. So the first one is the Phycomycetes. This Phycomycetes, these types of fungi, they are mostly aquatic in nature, as well as they can be found in any decaying wood also. Okay, so generally what we are saying, they are found in the aquatic. Along with this, some of the fungi, they are parasitic in nature too. It means that they are deriving its nutrition by harming the host organism. Okay, so likewise we can say that they get the habitat of Phycomycetes done. Then comes to the Ascomycetes. Yes, they are also found in the dead and decaying part, and they are mostly the plant parasite. It means that they are deriving its nutrition from the plant. Okay, by attacking the plant, they are causing some disease there. Right? Then comes to the Basidiomycetes. Basidiomycetes, they are mostly found in the soil. Okay, so this is the difference, that they are mostly found in the soil, and they can also be found in the log of wood, as well as they are also can be plant parasites, and examples can be rust or smut. Okay, so these diseases, they are causing the plant diseases. Then comes to the Deuteromycetes. Deuteromycetes, they are mostly found in the dead and decaying part, and they are also the plant parasites. So from here we can sum up that they all are heterotrophic mode of nutrition, right? And it can be of any type. Now comes to the another character, that is the mycelium. We all know that the body of the fungi having the mycelium structure. And what is this mycelium? If I will talk about any fungi, okay, so what they are having this lander-like structure. Okay, and what you said, it is known as the hyphae or hyphae, right? But when there will be branching, or when there will be more and more hyphae, what they are going to form? They are going to form the mycelium. So group of hyphae, it is known as what? Mycelium. So on the basis of this mycelium, we have classified them into 4 types. In case of the Phycomycetes, this mycelium or the hyphae, they are aseptate. Okay, and what is aseptate? Aseptate means that they do not have any septa. Okay, as the fungi is multicellular, what is happening? That they are made up of different types of cells. Okay, but now we know that what is the definition of cell? There must be a nucleus. So inside this hyphae also, or the mycelium, what they are having? They are also having the nucleus, or we can say nuclei. Right? So likewise, what they are having? They are having the nucleus or nuclei. But now in Phycomycetes, what happens that there will be no cross section or the septa present in the hyphae. It means that all the nucleus, they are scattered in the cytoplasm as it is. Okay, so when this condition is there, what you will call this condition? You will call this condition cenocytic condition. Okay, or you can say aseptate condition. So in case of Phycomycetes, what is the condition of the mycelium? It is aseptate and the cenocytic in nature, because what they are having? They are multinucleated. What they are having? They are the multinucleated, and the hyphae, they are the aseptate. Okay, now comes to the Ascomycetes. Here you can see the difference, what they are having. If I will make the same diagram in this structure, what you can observe now, this are having, they will possess the septa. When they will possess the septa, what the things you can see here, what is the change you can observe it here, that now in each cell they are having single nucleus. So now nucleus is what? Uninucleated. In the first condition, it is multinucleated, but here you can see there is a proper septa, proper cross section between these cells. They are forming the uninucleated, right? So in case of Ascomycetes, they are what? They are septate, as well as they are the branched also. It means that more and more branching you can see in case of Ascomycetes. Okay. Now comes to the Basidiomycetes. Same condition is also here in this Basidiomycetes, that the hyphae, they are the septate, and they are mycelium, they are the branched one. Okay, and same here in the Deuteromycetes also, they are septate and they are branched. So here you can see the difference. Only in case of Phycomycetes you can observe the aseptate type of mycelium. Right? Then comes to the third one. Third one is what? Asexual spores. Now from here we will discuss about the reproduction. In the last class we have done that 3 types of reproduction are there in case of fungi. What are they? Vegetative reproduction, asexual reproduction, and sexual reproduction. The first one is what? The first one is a vegetative reproduction. So if I will talk about the vegetative reproduction, what can be the difference? In case of the Phycomycetes, okay, in case of Phycomycetes, what we are saying, that they are the aseptate one, right? So what can be the condition? It can be the fragmentation. It means that if any of the fragments can be broken down by this mycelium, it will give rise to a new hyphae, and afterwards new mycelium, right? So what type of condition it can be there? Fragmentation. But yes, as it is myceliated, so there will be no fission and budding. Fission and budding you can see only where when the cell is not myceliated, right? So what type of vegetative reproduction in case of Phycomycetes? It can be the fragmentation. Okay, then comes to the Ascomycetes. In case of Ascomycetes, yes, they are branched. Okay, so what you can say, that the Ascomycetes can be unicellular or it can be multicellular. Why is it so? Because under this group, what they are having 2 types of cells. What are they? Unicellular, which is the exception one, that is yeast cell. Okay, yeast cell, they are having the unicellular nature, while other one, they are the multicellular. So if I will talk about generally about the yeast, what we can say, that there will be fission and budding, right? But if I will talk about rest of the fungi under this Ascomycetes, they are having what? They are having the fragmentation also. Okay, now comes to the Basidiomycetes. Yes, Basidiomycetes also, it is myceliated. fungi. So here also fragmentation is possible. Okay, same how in case of Deuteromycetes. So this is all about the vegetative reproduction. Now comes to the asexual reproduction, which is very important. Okay, asexual means that there is no need of two types of gamete. Only one fungi body is sufficient to give rise to a new fungi. Okay, so when there will be asexual reproduction, so there will be formation of asexual spores there. Okay, so what are these asexual spores? That if it is a mycelium, it will form, it will form the fruiting body like structure. Okay, so here if I will draw again the fungi or the hyphae, it is somehow like this one. Okay, in case of Phycomycetes, what I said, this is aseptate. Okay, it means that it is multinucleated. So here if it is a mycelium and like this mycelium is present here. Okay, this mycelium is present. So now what will happen? From this mycelium there will be formation of this structure. Okay, what you call it? You will call it the sporangium. I am talking about the asexual reproduction in which only one body is responsible to give rise a new fungi. So what is going to happen here? That it will form this type of structure. What you will call it? You will call it sporangium, and the sporangium, it will be present in the stalk-like structure which is known as the sporangiophore. Okay, and inside the sporangium, it is having the sporangiospores. Okay, inside the sporangium, what they are having? They are having the sporangiospore. So when they will get burst out, what will happen? All these spores will get ruptured and it will go into the atmosphere and it is going to germinate. Okay, after this germination, what it is going to do? It will form again new hyphae, and these hyphae again it will form this mycelium, right? So this life cycle it keeps on going. So what we can say here, that what type of spores they are present inside this sporangium, inside the sporangium, it can be zoospores or it can be aplanospores. Okay, when they are having the flagella motility, you will call it the zoosporangium. Okay, or the zoospores, or if there will be no motility, it will call the aplanospores. So these are what? These are the zoospores which is forming inside the sporangium, or you can say it as a sporangiospore too. Right, now comes to the Ascomycetes. Under this Ascomycetes, what is going to happen? That as it is septate, if I will draw this diagram like this septate, what is going to happen? It will form this type of structure which will bear the exogenous form. What they are? They are the conidia, and these conidia are what? These are the spores or asexual spores in case of Ascomycetes. Okay, and what you can see the difference? These are the conidiophore. Okay, which are bearing the conidia. So here they are producing endogenously and here they are producing exogenously. Right, then comes to the Bastiomycetes where there is no such asexual reproduction. Right, then comes to the Deuteromycetes. Again here conidia are present as the asexual spores. Right, so that much is there in case of asexual reproduction. Now comes to the sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction takes place with the help of two types of gametes or two types of hyphae. Right, so here there is a need of two types of hyphae, and in the last class we have done that how many types of sexual reproduction are there. Like it can be gametangial contact, it can be like gametangial copulation. Right, so it depends upon the group of the fungi, that in Phycomycetes how the reproduction it is going to take place. Okay, again there will be formation of spores, and these spores can be like oospores, ascospores, basidiospores. Right, so here what we can say, if I will talk about the sexual reproduction, how it is going to take place in the Phycomycetes. So first we will understand that one. Okay, so as we all know that here the hyphae is what? It is multinucleated. It means that there is no septa. So you can imagine from here, how you can imagine that if I will just going to draw this diagram here, how I will draw it? This one, which is having the multinucleated inside this hyphae. So here what is going to happen, that this is one of the hyphae. Okay, from another part if there will be another hyphae. So it means that as it is multinucleated and both hyphae they are coming close to each other. Okay, one we are assuming plus, as one as we are assuming minus. Okay, so two types of hyphae they will come closer to each other. Now due to this what will happen, they will fuse with each other, and we have done that there are three steps in the sexual reproduction. What are they? Plasmogamy, karyogamy and then meiosis. Okay, so here first of all, whatever the cytoplasm is present in this hyphae, it is going to fuse with each other, and the step it is known as the plasmogamy. So plasmogamy is what? Fusion of the cytoplasm. Due to this fusion, what it is going to happen? You can see that due to this fusion of cytoplasm, again there will be the hyphae, and what they are doing, they will exchange the material. Okay, they are not going to fuse the nucleus now. They first fuse the cytoplasm. Due to this fusion of cytoplasm, what will happen? There will be formation of this spore. Okay, so whatever the nucleus they are going to fuse, they are not going to fuse, and they will come at this place. Right, so here what you can say, plasmogamy is completed. But here in phacomacetes, just after the plasmogamy, there will be the karyogamy also. Okay, so first cytoplasm will fuse, then there will be the nucleus will also fuse. Okay, so due to the fusion of nucleus, what you can see that this type of structure will be there. Okay, and what you are calling this structure, you are calling it zygospore. Okay, this is the difference. So here this zygospore, or you can say oospores, it is going to form, and now all the spores which is forming here, it will be the diploid condition. Okay, what is happening? It will form the diploid condition. Each spore is what? Diploid. But yes, we know that spores are haploid in nature, then only it will fulfill the criteria. So this one again undergoes the meiosis, and due to this meiosis, what is going to happen? It will form the spores. Okay, it will form the spores which is known as zygospores or the oospores, which are haploid in number after the meiosis. Okay, because meiosis is what? It is a reductional division, and due to this reduction division, what is happening? It is going to form the haploid spores, and again when this haploid spores will get germinated, okay, so they will form what? They will form again the hyphae or the mycelium. Okay, so likewise this cycle is going to continue in the phycomycetes, where there will be formation of these zygospores, and when the zygospores will get germinated, it will form a new hyphae, and thereafter new mycelium, just like this one. Okay, so both asexual as well as sexual reproduction is possible. Now comes to the ascomycetes. In case of ascomycetes, what is going to happen? That there will be formation of ascospores. So this ascospores, they are going to form inside the ascus-like structure. Under which what? Under the sac-like structure. So whatever the spores they are going to form, they are formed inside the ascus. Okay. So this sac-like structure, what we are calling it? We are calling it ascus. So here we can say, in case of ascomycetes, what are the sexual spores? Ascospores. So how it is going to form? We know that this one is what? This one is the septate. What they are having? They are the septate hyphae. So this septate hyphae, it will come closer to each other. As they are coming closer to each other, they are having the septa, and each septa they are having what? They are having the nucleus. So when they are coming contact to each other, first of all, again in sexual reproduction, what will happen? There will be the plasmogamy. What it is going to happen? There will be the plasmogamy, and plasmogamy is what? There will be fusion of the cytoplasm. Okay, if there will be fusion of the cytoplasm, what is going to happen? Now this nucleus, it is coming here from here also, as well as from here also. So what we are having? We are having two types of nucleus. You can imagine, if I will draw this diagram with another marker weight. Okay, so if this is one type of hyphae and this one is the other type of hyphae. Okay, so now you can see the difference. What they are having? In this hyphae, they are having this type of nucleus. Okay, and here from this hyphae, it is having such type of nucleus. So what you can see, that nucleus of blue color type and the red color type. So both will come at one place, but still they are not going to fuse with each other. Why? Because this condition is what? This is known as the plasmogamy. Plasmogamy is what? Fusion of the cytoplasm only. Now when we will get two types of nucleus, then after in the next step, what will happen? Karyogamy. So when there will be the karyogamy, again this hyphae, they are present having the nucleus. Now this time what is going to happen? Both the nucleus will going to fuse with each other. Okay, when this nucleus is going to fuse with each other, what will happen? They will form one type of nucleus, and they are having both type. Okay, some from the this part and some from this part. So what we are getting here from here, that there will be the fusion of nucleus, right? So once the fusion of nucleus, they will form what? They will form the 2 and in number. But in case of ascomycetes, basidiomycetes and deuteromycetes, okay, not the deuteromycetes, only ascomycetes and basidiomycetes, this condition of N plus N, okay, when there will be no fusion, it is known as the dikaryon or the dikaryophase, and it can prolong for several years also. Okay, so what we can say, then when there will be fusion, it will form the zygote, that is a 2N, and after that there will be meiosis, and after this meiosis what is going to happen, it will reduce the form. Okay, so all these spores, okay, and please make sure that whenever this is happening, this is not forming only one ascus. They will form in more than one ascus. So you can imagine that there will be more and more ascus here. So here in this ascus, there will be formation of spores. Okay. So again, what they are going to do? They are going to form the ascus. They are going to form the ascospore inside the ascus, and they can be of many. Okay, they can be of many. So inside each ascus they can form different types of ascospores, and these ascospores, they are present on some fruiting bodies. What they are producing? In some fruiting bodies. So what you will call it? You will call it ascocarp. The fruiting body is known as what? Ascocarp. Inside the ascocarp, this ascus is present. Inside this ascus, ascospores are present, right? So here in this ascospores, these ascospores, they will get germinated after some time. Okay, so when they are having the 2N, what they will do, they will form first the 2 nucleus. Okay, so from here you can imagine that the structure will be what? There will be 2 1 there. Okay, and after that, during the meiosis, what will happen? There will be reductional division, and after that, from the 2 they will form the 4 nucleus. So likewise it is happening, and they will form this ascus like structure, and they will release these spores from here, and it will form the ascomycetes. Okay, so examples, you can see in case of the aspergillus also, as well as some yeast cells also there. Okay, so here comes to the basidiomycetes. Basidiomycetes are what? They are having the basidium or the basidia. Now here condition is what? Again, these are the septate and branch. So the only difference, again same thing will happen here also. One of the hyphae and the second hyphae, and then but here you can see that when there will be plasmogamy, they will form a new structure. Okay, so here what is going to happen? Instead of all these conditions, in case of basidiomycetes, what is going to happen? It will form such type of structure. Okay, and later on this type of structure, it will convert it into the basidiocarp instead of the ascocarp. In case of basidiocarp, what it is? We know that most of the mushrooms, okay, agaricus comes under the basidiomycetes, and you must have seen the structure like this in case of basidiomycetes. Okay, so what it is? It is a basidiomycetes where you can see the gills here. Okay, so what are they? These are the gills which is present in the mushroom. So this structure, what is it? It's the type, if you will see under the microscope, what you can see, they all are mycelineated. So when there will be fusion of these, the cytoplasm condition is what? Plasmogamy, and after the plasmogamy, there will be the karyogamy. But yes, their karyogamy will not going to take place. It will take some time here. Okay, and it will remain in the N plus N condition, and it will form such type of structure. Later on, again there will be fusion of the 2 nucleus here from this black as well as from the blue hyphae, and what they will form? They will form again the 2N number, and again what they are going to form? They are going to form the basidium, which is a spore of the basidiomycetes. So here you can see that they are having the spore-like structure in these gills. Okay, so when they will get germinated, what it will form? It will form the hyphae, and this hyphae again will form the mycelium, right? So this is the basidiomycetes, and yes, in case of deuteromycetes, the sexual reproduction is absent. That's why they are calling it imperfect fungi. Okay, so that much is there. And fruiting body is what? In case of phycomycetes, no fruiting bodies. This is absent, but in case of ascomycetes, yes, ascocarp is forming, and in case of basidiomycetes, Duocarp is forming. Okay, so this is what, this is the whole mesocarp in which fruiting bodies are, the spores are present in this fruiting body, and here in Deuteromycetes no sexual reproduction is there, so it is absent. Okay. Now examples are what? Examples in case of Phycomycetes: Mucor, Rhizopus, Albugo, Candida. See here, what is important in this part? Examples. It can be asked in examination that what are the examples of these Phycomycetes: Mucor and Rhizopus. This is a bread fungi, and Albugo, Candida, yes, it is causing some disease in the mustard. Okay, and it is also known as the algae fungi. Right, another of name of the Phycomycetes is what? Algae fungi. Now comes to the Ascomycetes. Ascomycetes are what? They are known as the sac fungi because their spores they are forming inside the sac-like structure. Okay, examples are what? Aspergillus and Neurospora. Right. Then comes to the Basidiomycetes. Here examples are Agaricus, and Agaricus is what? It is a mushroom. Right. So it is also edible, but some toadstools are there, they are the poisonous one. So Astilago, again, it is a parasite, it is causing some disease in case of plants. Now comes to the Deuteromycetes. Yes, Alternaria and Trichoderma is there, no sexual reproduction is there, so that's why we can say it is also known as the imperfect fungi. So here we have completed all about the fungi, how different types of fungi they are present here. Right, so that's all for today. Thank you.